Hey guys, welcome to Dad Vibes, where we do all things dad. Alright, today what we're going to be doing is getting the seed ready to do an overseed just on the patches. So not a lot, but we're going to be doing pre-germination or priming the seed. First time I've done it, so something that I'm going to try and do just so I don't have to be waiting for so long for the seed to germinate. The idea is that you put the seed into water over a certain amount of days. So with perennial ryegrass it'll be 4 days. I find that this seed germinates a bit later than other perennial ryegrass seed. It's probably not slow, not fast, it's in the middle. I can get anywhere from 5 to 7 days. I've seen ryegrass germinate within say 3 days on other ryegrasses, but mine's generally 5 to 7 days, so I've seen. Pre-germination, leave it in there for 4 days. Hopefully we see something start to happen, and we'll put it out with some sand, maybe a bit of soil as well, probably mainly sand, and hopefully we won't need to keep it moist for as long as what we do originally. But we'll get it out and I'll show you the seed. Alright, the seed we're using today is Barenbrug Pinnacle 3. It's the seed that I first used when I took out my old lawn and decided to go ryegrass. Main reasons I went for this one is because it's meant to have an extremely dark colour. Does well in a lot of tests that they've done, that they show when you look on their website. Price wise, it is fairly well priced. Very good seed, an elite seed as they would call. You want to get some good stuff, you don't want to get the cheap stuff, otherwise it's not going to resist any disease, or through summer it can struggle more if it's just the cheap stuff. But always go for an elite seed, because you're going to get the best out of it. You don't want to spend all that time and hard work doing all this stuff so they have this nice grass and then for it to die off in summer or something like that, or disease. Just get the best seed you can. It's gonna give you the best results in the long run. So good stuff. The idea with to pre-germinate the seed, as I said before, is to get a bucket, well, I actually got a bra bag, because you can put seed in that, it ain't going to leak out of there, and you can put water through it. So tie that in, bucket of water, put it into the water. You may have to put a brick or something on top of it so it doesn't float, and you keep the seed wet. I think you change out the seed change out the water every 24 hours. If you don't and you leave it in there, it doesn't help the seed at all, because I've seen on tests where they've drained the water, put water in there, and the water that they drained, they left it on some of their nice grass, and ended up killing that part of the grass. So I think it's something to do with the maybe inhibitors that they, or the coating that the seed providers or the manufacturers put on the seed to help it germinate. It deters it if you leave it in that same water. So look what I found in the grass. Hey little fellas! If you're worried about mushrooms, don't. They are really good for your soil. It basically means it's been a bit dewy around, moisture, they come up, change of weather, there's heat there, so they come through. It's a good sign as well, just to tell you that you've got good soil. So that's positive. The other good thing to see is worm castings. If you've got worm castings coming through, it's not necessarily a bad thing, because worms in your soil is good. The only negative thing is when you have worm casting come up and you run over it with your cylinder mower and it turns your grass to dirt, which I will have one around here somewhere. There. You run over that. You run over that with your cylinder mower, it makes that little spot of dirt and then it kills off the ryegrass. Really annoying. Anyway, The grass is looking pretty good, just it's got some weeds coming through, broadleaf weeds that I killed off with the herbicide. Now the reason why they're coming back through is because they're germinating. The only way to prevent that from happening is by getting some pre-emergent on. Never used pre-emergent before, but I will have that in plan later on. But I haven't done it for the moment because I knew I was going to use overseed again. If I overseed, well, let's say I put pre-emergent down, then I overseed, then the seed that I've put down will not germinate. The idea of pre-emergent is it prevents the seed from germinating. So all those broadleaf weeds that are coming through, they would have had seed originally, and then by putting pre-emergent down, it prevents it. So as far as I know, it works. I haven't used it before, but we're going to give it a crack in the future. I reckon probably a year and a half away, I'll probably seed again. We'll do our full renovation at that time. Just because, talking to my daughter, she used to work as a greenskeeper, she was having a go at me the other day saying I should do renovations every 6 months, and that ain't going to happen. I'd never be able to use pre-emergent if I did that, and the best bet is to probably do it once every couple of years, unless you're really humpy bumpy. We've got issues through the lawn, which I reckon you can probably get away with it for a couple of years without doing a renovation. I've said a year and a half from now because I did a renovation 6 months ago. So, but pre-emergent lasts about 6 months, anywhere from 3 to 6 months. So it gives me the window of, once I've done this seeding, I've got it as best as I can. Going into winter or going into autumn, I can put some pre-emergent down. Also, before I do that, I can put some herbicide down again, get rid of all the weeds. And pre-emergent is really good to use for your grassy weeds like paspalum. It will prevent that because you can get rid of that paspalum and you won't see it come back up from germination. So anyway, let's start the mixing process and see how we go. How much seed I'm going to use, I'm just going to have a guess. I'm not really that worried about how much, just because I'm doing some patches. There's not a lot. So as I've seen in previous videos, there's a patch in the corner near the fence, in front of the shed. There are a couple of other little ones, but I'd probably rather use the plugger. Quick and easy using the plugger, as long as I can get some grass from somewhere else. So I'll probably put some seed on my patch to the side. That doesn't look very good because I didn't put down any PGR on it, so it's growing too quick and it's out of control, but it's also half-assed. So I'll probably add some more seed to that, get that a bit thicker, and then transfer some plugs over. So yeah, I'll just probably take half a bucket of this, I reckon. Obviously have a lot of it. It's the second batch that I've got, so I'll put that much in it and put it in there, and yeah, this stuff is about, you want to put about 5 kilos down every 100 square meters. If you go higher end, because it's 2 to 5, I would probably go closer to 7 if you really want to get a good result, just because of how finicky it is. I'm obviously not going to do that much. This will probably only be 1 kilo, I reckon, if you're lucky. And as I said, I don't need that much, so. And it's also a test. See if it works, because then I can use it when I actually do seeding, and that'll probably be better results. That's what it's about, getting the best results you can. Oh, spillage! You can see it floats. So I just got to put something on that. Use one of my bricks I used from the renovations. That's merged. That's what we're looking for. So now, leave there from 24 hours, drain it, put more water in. I'll show you that process as we go, but might not even talk, but we'll do that every 24 hours for the next 4 days. This day's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Put it down on Sunday. Gives you 4 days. We'll see how it's going then too. And yeah, interesting. Anyway, catch you soon. So we've been pre-germinating, the seed for 4 days now. Let's see how it looks. Really just looks similar, just dark like it's wet, and it's got a little bit black. The plan today is to get that seed down in those patches. I'll give it a mow first, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with the seed. I'll probably mix it with that sand that I used at my buddy's house last week. Mix that around just to sort of unclump it, because at the moment it's all stuck together because it's wet. So we'll do that, put it in those areas. Also noticed with the lawn, not only have I got those mushrooms there, but I've seen the winter grass come out a bit more too. But it's dying off because it's getting the weather's getting a bit warmer. So yeah, let's get a mow on and we'll get to the seed. Remember when I said if you use iron you get some staining? Yeah, so I did iron and PGR again yesterday morning, just because I was at that rebound stage, so I left it too late to put the seed down, so it's fine. But just to show you what I mean, spray a bit of iron on your fence or on anything other than the grass, so concrete and whatnot, and you get stainage. That's what I'm talking about. Along there, that's the iron stains you get from obviously the iron. As I said in the previous videos, you can get something to clean that off. If you do it really often with your iron, you get a lot worse stains than that. So, but I don't seem to have that too many problems with it because I don't use it often. So, anyway, let's do the front yard and then we'll get on to the seeding. Right, so the mow's done. I've just got to do whipper snipping, which I'll do that in a minute, but you don't need to see that. A couple bits through the grass I need to fix. Obviously, that one's from a fertiliser burn. There's a couple of other patches like that, but the grass actually gone over it all year. I don't know if you can see on camera. But it doesn't look too bad, so I'm not going to worry about them. These edges over here, they always come up crap. I think the trees, nutrients still all from there, and it's not completely flat either, it comes behind, so I'm not too worried about that. It's just there, this other part here, a little bit through there. That's the only real issue with the front. Doesn't really have any winter grass or anything like that. It's looking alright. I did try and fix up a couple of areas with some fertiliser probably about a month ago, but all it did was made those parts that I fertilised green, and the rest of it was coming out of the use of the fertiliser I did a month before that. So then all those areas that I put fertiliser down are green now, and the rest of it's just normal. So it looks a bit funny, but once it's mowed, it doesn't look too bad. So just a couple of those areas I'm going to do for the seeding, and I'll show you the back. Really in the back, it's just those usual patches. Just some along there, mainly here. That's where all I really want to get, and down here it just thins out. Along here, it was really thin through there after I seeded, and that was 6 months ago. But since then, over the last 6 months, the seed that was there has come up, so it's looking pretty good. But that's the main area you want to do in the back here. The rest of it's not too bad. It does have some winter grass come through, but it's not too bad. You can see it because the weather's warming up. It starts dying off through summer. Well, it's called annual power, hence the name annual, so it's only yearly. So consistent mowing generally keeps them away, and you can pick them out with your hands and whatnot. But anyway, I'll do that trimming, then I'll get this seed done. Put it in. Forgot to tell you about this area. Just thin. here, missed patches. You see the long bits too, the mower doesn't get them because they're too long though, like that. Perfect example, get some in there. Alright, I could go through this all day to be honest, the whole grass probably, just because there are thin spots and thick spots, but you're never going to get perfect unless you're here that keen, but I'm not. Anyway, I've done the main areas which got issues, which annoy the crap out of me, which you can see even here. And this area is completely dead because I had winter grass there and I sprayed it with Roundup. Anyway. So that'll give us a good idea of how long it's going to take to get the seed to germinate. Another trick that you can do, because this trick is regards to keeping your seed moist, or keeping moisture in it, because when you use sand it dries out rather quickly. For seeding it can be a pain in the butt, and I found it when I did the renovation last time with the sand, that it was harder to get it to germinate. That's the whole reason why. But what you do, you can just grab some catchings, chuck it on there, it'll hold moisture better. So let's do that now. So that will just have water go into it and will stop it from drying out as quick and help the germination process. So I'll do the rest of these areas and then come back to you. Okay, as you can probably see, it also makes those areas look green. So yeah, the next thing I'm going to do is get some liquid fert down, give it a good heat of that, just to help it kick along a bit, along with the grass. It's looking pretty good as it is, so I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah, I'll give you an update in probably maybe a week or so. We'll have a look at how the seed's going. Oh, and I just remembered watering. Forget it every time. So I'll just hand water it. Obviously I'm not going to do a whole lawn water every day for the 10 minutes, 3 times a day. That's just no reason to do that, because I didn't see it all. It's only those patches. So I'll water those patches, hand water those patches in the morning and at night. And as I said, the clippings will hold moisture, so it should be right during the day. Temps aren't that hot here in Canberra at the moment. They're getting up to, max 27 degrees, but that is like, I think it's 27 degrees at 1-2 o'clock in the afternoon. It gets down to a low of 10 degrees, so it's not too bad here. So anyway, don't forget that. Welcome back, guys. So next day after we've done Josh's lawn, give it a mow, back at my place obviously, just to follow up on what's happening with the pre-germination of the seed that I did. Obviously that's what the video is about. And at this stage it's looked like it come up no good, so it just looks the same. Yeah, so honestly I think maybe obviously it's something I've done wrong, but I used tap water, so it's probably too cold. I left it in the garage and didn't give it any heat. Temperatures were down to 1 degree at night and then got up to 19 degrees during the day, so there wasn't much warmth going on. I did change it once every 12 hours, but as you could see it didn't work. So but when I did put the seed into the bucket and whatnot in the earlier stuff that I'd done, where I dumped that seed and picked it up off the grass, have a look at there. Yeah, I think it's started growing there. Germinated there where I dumped it, but no germination where I did the pre-germination. Anyway, so the plan today is give the grass a mow. I've got a ryegrass plot to the side. I'll get my Pro plugger, get some plugs out of there, put plugs in those bare spots, then I'll just do an overseed with the seed I've got, and I've got some soil at the front that I'll just lay on it as well, just to get better germination, more better moisture in there. Water it over time, and I would say it's probably going to come up like that one did, but we'll see how that goes over time. And yeah, anyway, we'll get a mow on, and I'll see you after that and get the plugging done. Okay, so hose done, looking alright, a little bit dry, needs more water. It's starting to get a bit warmer now, so I might do watering it twice a week, so Monday and Thursday. Leave it for the weekend just in case I want to put products down or whatever. I think I might have to add another watering cycle in it. It's getting a little bit dry. Anyway, let's go plug. Okay, plugs are in, seeds down, sandy loam's on there. I've got, what are they called themselves? I've got a hose link, is that what they're called? Yeah, hose link. So I've got a hose link sprayer where you can put whatever liquid fertilizer or wetting agent you want to put into the container and then spray into the lawn. Sort of like what happens with your CSL liquid kelp. Put that, connect that up to the hose and spray it down. Put liquid kelp onto the grass. So I'm going to grab that. It's already got wetting agent in it, so I'll use that for those dry patches I've got. I'll also use it on the parts to put the seed down there. And we'll come back again and see what it looks like probably in a couple of weeks. Till then, I'll see you then. Thanks for watching at the moment, but probably see you then and say it again. Anyway, let's get some water down. Whatever. Alright guys, pre-germination. I just had a look when I got home today after work, and I do have some germination there. Might be hard to see on the camera, but we'll have a look. So it has come through, but if you compare that to that, which I'll probably give you, I'll give you a good view of that now. So you can see a different colour. That's where I dumped it pre-germination, where I tried to put it in a bucket with water, and she's thick there. So with that, I may need to just scarify that a bit. There's too much grass in there. It's still in there. So if I get a bit of grass out of there, it should come good. But yeah, so for me, the pre-germination side of things wasn't that great. I mean, considering where I dumped some grass seed on the grass and it grew better there than all the other places. So for now it wasn't the best, but it's a learning experience, so I'll try and give it another crack. I mean, I'm going to get my bent grass seed from Lawn Tips, so he'll give me some advice and everything I need. So, but that's not another 3-4 months away. Until then, yeah, that's the conclusion to pre-germination. Catch you next time.